Today, we're looking at the 2022 NASCAR NextGen Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 Rollout Livery Kit from Salvino's JR Models. The 124 scale full detail kit. Initially, this was supposed to be released as the first to be released of the NextGen kits, but it got pushed back because of the delays and what have you. So they ended up starting with Chase Elliott Napa Chevy Camaro. And then I guess that this has followed it. This is also going to be one of the rarer of the NextGen kits. It's a very limited production run. They only ran enough to fulfill all the existing orders they had for it, and that was it. So I believe it's going to be even less than like 2,500. So if you want to get one now while you can find them, because they're not going to be available for very long. They're probably going to dry up fairly quickly. And into today's What's in the Box. And getting started with the body. As you can see, it is molded in a very light gray. Now we're going to take a look at parts tree F, which is going to be the hood and low downforce spoiler parts tree. And the low downforce spoiler. Now we're getting started with parts tree B, which is going to be the flat bottom underside with the diffuser. And then everything will build, the rest of the roll cage and stuff will build up on top of it. I think parts tree is a little warped. Here I think this is part of the dash, gauge cluster, or the instrument panel. The digital dash piece. Here we have the fuel filler neck and the vent hose. And I believe these pieces here are duct pieces, vent pieces. And then here we have the seat, which is a two-piece seat. And then this is the headrest that'll mount on top of it. I'm not sure what that piece is there. And now take a look at parts tree C, which has more chassis pieces, the wheels. And here are two-piece wheels. So here we have the window net. It's like the oil pan, pedals, the radiator with the fan, the other small window net. Looks like the radiator grill's two-piece. Radiator's two-piece. The rear wheel wells. Here, more bits. I'm not exactly sure what these pieces are for. I think that might be, yeah, I'm not even going to guess. I don't know. And then the two-piece wheels. The opening in the center, so you'll have the center lug basically that will go in through the center and then attach the wheels to the brake rotors. Now taking a look at parts tree A, which is going to be the engine and suspension parts tree, frame parts tree, a little bit of, so here we have some suspension control arms here on the right. These are going to be bracing for the frame. They have spindles and more control arms down here, I believe. And there is the engine. Yeah, the valve covers, the headers, the block. Here we have more suspension pieces. We have the strut springs, coilovers, the coil packs, And now taking a look at parts tree G, which is more parts for various pieces. We have more frame chassis pieces, roll cage pieces, engine pieces. So up here we have the rear transaxle, pulley system, two sets of pulleys, belts, the brake rotors here. As you can see, what the wheels are going to slip onto there are attached to the brakes. Let's remember. So it'll be kind of nice to have wheels off display too. And here we have part of the the chassis frame, one of the impact bars. I'm not sure if it's front or rear. Here we have the headers, steering wheel. Here another one of the impact bars and another piece of the roll cage chassis frame. I don't remember exactly what piece it is. I'm still learning the new car as well. That's actually what that piece is for just yet. Now moving on to parts tree D, which has more of the roll cage and chassis frame pieces. Here we have more just frame pieces. Not really quite sure what those go, where they go yet, but they're for the roll cage basically. The rear panel piece is going to go over the rear of the car, so I can't think of what it is. Here we have the rear bulkhead for the roll cage interior. It's going to be, if you're looking back towards it from the front. Again, here more pieces, fuel cell. And over here will be the firewall. Get a couple other pieces for the roll cage. And now we're going to look at parts tree E, which has the rest of the roll cage frame pieces. So here we have the top bar, top roll cage bars. And it's kind of came loose a little bit off of the left and right side of the roll cage, the intrusion panel pieces. Another roll bar piece there. I'm not sure what that piece is going to be. And here we have the transmission, or the prop shaft tunnel. It's not a drive shaft tunnel, it's a prop shaft tunnel. That's what that is. And then as well as some of the front the frame pieces. I think these are the front. And then here we have another roll bar, the fire suppression bottles. Let's look at the inside of those. Now we're going to take a look at the clear parts tree. First we have the front window with the vent opening in there. We have the rear window with the rear window vents. And we have the side window, the front vent window, the rear quarter windows. And here we have one choice of the other choice for the spoiler. This is going to be the high downforce spoiler. So you'll have to paint the lower section of it. And the shark fins here, two-piece, which is nice. Glad nice they did it in two pieces compared to Revell, who did it in the one piece. And now we're going to take a look at the blank sidewall roundy rounds, which is perfectly fine. They need to be blank in this case. So we have the Goodyear race slicks. They're definitely going to need some sanding. Other than that, there we go. Now we're going to take a look at the decal sheets, and there are 3 of them. But first we'll start with the Rollout livery, the main one, I guess. Oh, there's a couple of them. This one has the main part of the Rollout graphics. You also have the Goodyear Eagle tire decals, the tail lights. The second of the livery sheets has Camaro, some Camaro wording, Chevrolet, the window trim decals, one of 2 different versions of the side skirt decals. The third of the decal sheets, including the skits, you have a rear quarter pound old decal. So basically, you don't have to paint the body black, part of the body black. You can just paint it white, basically, and do the decals. A second of the side skirt decals, different shapes too, kind of interesting. Another set of grills. Another grill headlight option. It looks a little different. So that, my friends, is going to do it for this look at the 2022 NASCAR NextGen Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 Rollout Livery Kit from Salvino's GR models. We have the decal placement guide down here. And if you want to get yourself some color matched paint, Jameson just announced he is doing colors for the Salvino's kits, and I'm not sure if that includes the NextGen kits, but I would assume it would because he just said Salvino's kits. He didn't exclude them, so if you want to head over to Scalefinishes.com and see what he has listed. So on that note, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.